Hi fellow biohackers, it's me, Babsi from Luminous Red. And if you're like me and you want smooth and wrinkle-less skin, you've come to the right place. I'm gonna do a video today on skin rejuvenation effects through red light therapy. I'm gonna show you a study, or actually two studies that I found that I think are really interesting. I will talk about a little bit about that and start a discussion basically and tell you what I do every day. So as you know, I use red light therapy every day. I do a full body treatment, but for me, the most important effect that I want to achieve is definitely my face. I use it every day for 10 minutes. I do both near infrared and red light because it just feels the best way for me. But the study I'm going to tell you about today actually just answered that question, if you should use only one wavelength or two wavelengths, if you should combine them or what's happening. That's basically what I want to answer for you guys today. There are definitely a lot of studies done on the topic and a lot of different technologies that you can use to rejuvenate your skin. It's a very, very, very interesting topic. So what I'm going to tell you actually is scientifically proven and also proven by me, if this means something to you. This is very interesting. The different technologies basically that you can use are three things. First, there's a surgical laser. This is really handy if you use it in research because you can punctually actually use exactly that wavelength that you want to test the effect on. And it's really, really nice to have in a clinical environment, but it's not very practical in everyday life. The second thing are filtered lamps. These are the typical red light lamps that we know from back in the day that our grandmother used to use when you had paint, the heated lamps. And then the third thing are LEDs. And me today, I'm gonna focus on lamps that use LEDs because our device also uses LEDs. It uses two different kinds of wavelength, 660 nanometers of red light and 850 nanometers of near infrared light. Also, the study I'm going to tell you about today uses those two wavelengths. So the study was basically done in South Korea in 2007 and used 67 participants, which were divided in 4 treatment groups. The first treatment group was the placebo group. So this group didn't receive any treatment. This was just to basically to create a baseline to compare with the other treatment groups. The second treatment group was the treatment group that got 850 nanometers of near infrared light. The third treatment group was the group that got 660 nanometers of red light. And the fourth treatment group was the treatment group that got a combination, like I do personally every day, of both near infrared and red light. What I thought was really interesting is that they treated only half of the face in that treatment group that I was just telling you about, to not only measure effects with different techniques, but also see if there were visible things happening. The treatment happened twice a week for a period of 1 month, and after 3 months they did a follow-up to see what was happening and if the effects were still there. And basically what they found out is that collagen production increased, skin elasticity increased, and the skin enzymes actually changed, which is super interesting. So what happens when you actually use red or near infrared light on your face? It stimulates a wound healing process without actually creating wounds. And this is why the collagen and the skin elasticity actually spike and produce even more, because that energy system in our cells, in our mitochondria, gets boosted so much and our body thinks it's healing wounds. So statistically speaking, 36% of patients had a significant reduction in their wrinkles, and 19% of the treated people had an increase in their skin elasticity. And also, which I found really important, is that no adverse effects, so no side effects actually were documented because everything went really, really well. So the effects that I was just telling you about, the increased elasticity and the decrease in skin wrinkles, actually was significant in all 3 treatment groups. So the treatment group with only red light, the treatment group with only near infrared light, and the treatment group who had near infrared and red light in combination. Actually, In research, scientists kind of agree that 850 nanometers of near-infrared light is the way to go if you want skin rejuvenating effects, but in my opinion, the effects of the red light of the 660 nanometers are not to be underestimated, because other studies, I'm going to come to that at another time, not to make it too complicated, but other studies definitely show that red light activates or engages and targets your fibroblasts, which are really important for skin health. This is why I personally use both wavelengths. What I found really interesting also is a second study that was done in Germany that found that if you use, before you do the red light treatment, if you take cotton pads and soak them in green tea and put them on your face for 20 minutes, the effect of red light therapy gets boosted up to 10 times, up to a factor to 10. That effects that usually would happen in a 10-month period because of the green tea treatment before of the red light therapy treatment happened in 1 month. So instead of 10-month results, you actually got 1 month results, which I found really interesting, and I'm definitely gonna try that out. Yeah, that was it for me today. If you have any questions, please comment down below. And what I would found really interesting is you letting us guys know if you do red light therapy regularly, specifically if you're also focusing on skin rejuvenation and skin health, what wavelengths do you use? What's your experience? Do you maybe have some life hacks that you want to share with us? Because I would be very interested in that, to try that out. Or if you're new to the topic, did you find this video helpful, or do you have any more questions, or do you want me to get more into detail on something more specific? But that's it for me today. As you can see, I already did my red light treatment today. And yeah, if you have any further questions, please comment down below. Red light therapy is awesome for skin rejuvenation. And yeah, bye for today.